Hey sweet people, happy new year everybody. I hope you had some amazing days off and started the year the best way possible. This is it, 2023. It can only get better, right? Sure, we all hope so, but let's get to work and do our part to actually make things better. Be it with your enterprise, your startup, your brand, or your creative output. I want to dedicate this first episode of the year to opportunity. Share some experiences and best practices on how to formulate ideas and plans for your new year. So let's grab a cup of coffee and get some inspiration. Before we get started, a quick word from our sponsor. This episode is presented by Rösternest, which is German for Roaster's Nest. Rösternest is a family-owned coffee roastery from Germany, shipping worldwide. They make my favorite coffee. They only use high-quality beans and an individual roasting for each of their blends. Rösternest is now not only catering to coffee aficionados, but also to businesses. If you're like me, coffee is the black gold that keeps you going and sparks a lot of creativity day to day. So what could be better than serving great coffee to your employees or using coffee as a gift for your clients? Rösternest is now offering branded coffee. Simply pick out your favorite coffee blend, send them your brand name and logo, and ta-da, soon you will have your own delicious coffee brand. With the promo code Sweetspot10, listeners of this podcast will get 10% off of any order till April 30th. Visit rösternest.de and use promo code Sweetspot10 and have yourself a creative coffee break. All infos in the show notes. And now let's start our creative coffee break.
Freshly brewed inspiration, delicious news, and hot tips to wake up your brand building. This is the Creative Coffee Break with Marc.
Sweet people, I don't know about you, but these days between Christmas and the first week of January to me is always a very inspiring time of the year. I hold it sacred to formulate ideas and come up with a plan on what I want to achieve this year. I think people do that a lot, but in Germany it's an especially weird tradition. It's called Rauhnächte. It's actually an ancient German tradition. It's first documented in 1725 and it's been growing in popularity since the 1980s. Depending on interpretation, Rauhnächte are the days between winter solstice on the 21st of December or Christmas and the Epiphany on January 6th. According to the German tradition, during these times, the soul of the deceased and the devil create mischief on earth. And to protect yourself against these evil spirits, people used to smoke out their houses with incense, cleansing them. So this is the origin of Rauhnächte. Rauhnacht means night of smoke, or the other possible explanation is that it comes from rough, which means Rau, referring to all the hairy demons and other creatures creeping and crawling the streets and keep people awake. In Bavaria and south of Germany, people actually still dress up in these fucking creepy costumes, going from door to door to scare people. That's some weird tradition here. But anyway, the idea, I think, for a lot of people is still the same. You use this time between the years to let go of old things, focus on the new things, on the good and upcoming things. That means making plans, strategize, set goals, and focus on what is going to be important for the next year. And that's what I want to talk about today. So no matter if you are into spiritual or woo-y stuff, or if you're just looking for an opportunity to soak in inspiration, to get a better idea on where to take your business, your brand, your creative venture this year, I want to talk about setting goals and creating a vision for yourself and for your brand. So I brought 3 techniques that I'm actually working with for years and that have proved to be very, very useful when it comes to generating ideas and making plan even far ahead in the future. The first one is creating a mood board or a vision board. Visualizing what you want to do or what you want to achieve is such a powerful tool. You can use things like Pinterest to create a digital pin board, or you actually can use paper and scissors and really cut it out and glue it on a physical board. It doesn't matter how you do it, whatever works for you is going to be the right tool. But really seeing your vision on a board on a daily basis will help you to focus and stay engaged even 6 months from now when the sun is out and it's hot and your friends ask you if you want to join for a beer by the pool. Maybe then you're gonna join an hour later and put in that time to making your vision come true because you actually see it in front of you on your vision board. The second idea I want to share with you is journaling. Another great way to boost your creative output and especially be clear on what you want to achieve is journaling. You probably heard this 100 times before when it comes to creative work, but have you actually done it? Committed to it? It works pretty simple. Set aside 15 to 20 minutes each day to just write. It can be in the morning or before you go to bed. Just skip some senseless social media scrolling and you'll easily find the time to do it. It doesn't matter what you actually write about. At first, there's going to be a lot of clutter coming up. Just get all the brain gunk out and soon you'll start writing about what matters to you. Maybe it takes a week, maybe 2 or 3. But sooner than later, you will write about your ideas and visions. And man, you will formulate thoughts and ideas that you didn't even know you had. When I go back to reading my journals, a lot of it is messy. But every now and then I'll find an idea in there that I can follow up on. Also, writing helps you to be quick on your feet. It's like training a muscle. You'll find yourself sharper, more prolific, and more articulate actually. And it's also really easy to do. Give it a try. And the third tip sounds really simple, but it's actually super important. It's set dates, or as I call it, go to band practice. Growing up, one of my creative passions besides painting and drawing was making music. I got my first guitar with 14 years of age, started a band right away and kept that up till my late 20s. And I'm still writing and performing music or making music for commercial projects up until this day. And doing that, being in a band, writing and performing music has shaped the way I approach creative projects in many ways. For example, training your imaginations on how things will unfold when you write music in solitude. Imagining how it will work out as a band, what the effects on the audience might be, and how to record and perform it live. I still apply this to projects today, may it be public speaking events, podcasts. I apply it to design jobs or even to create whole brand experiences. But the main takeaway, even if you're not in a band or not even making music, is the consistency. Band practice was our mass. This one night of the week that under no circumstances was to be skipped. You prepare for that, you train or practice for that, and you take your time to actually work on your craft. This idea can be applied to anything else, to your creative craft, to building your brand, to pushing your startup, whatever. You can also compare it to sports. If you go to the gym, let's say, it all comes down to an hour of workout, 2 or 3 times a week maybe. But if you commit it, you will also change your diet, get better sleep routines, and so on and so forth. So the same goes for your creative endeavors. Committing to a fixed date that cannot be skipped under any circumstances will get you far, much further than you might expect. Because making excuses, skipping the date, or postponing is so freaking easy. Make it unskippable and will get you very far in a very short amount of time. So that's my 3 techniques on how to get inspired, how to start this year right, and actually commit to working on whatever you're planning on doing, building a great brand, or just pushing your creative projects further. Sweet people, that's our creative coffee break for today. I hope you're going to try out one or more of these techniques to work on your creative projects and your brand. Let me know how that goes for you. If you want to learn more about brand building, design, and storytelling, check out my website, sweetspot.studio. You can listen to all the podcast episodes there or wherever you get your podcasts. Have a great first week of 2023, and I'll hear you on the sweet side.
This podcast is produced by Sweetspot Studio. New episodes each week, wherever you listen to your podcasts. If you enjoyed the show, leave a rating and subscribe to never miss an episode. Find out more at sweetspot-studio.com.